I found my stalker's journal hidden in my attic with daily entries about me dating back 4 years. The most terrifying part, the handwriting belonged to my husband's deceased sister Minus, who I'd never actually met, but had been sending us condolence flowers every year when Jake and I first started dating. He told me about his sister Meredith, who died in a car accident before we met. He kept no photos, saying the memories were too painful, and I respected his grief. Every year on her death anniversary, anonymous flowers would arrive with a card signed simply conjurable eggs a dribble of you both. I assumed they were from distant relatives or her friends last month. While Jake was on a business trip, I decided to finally organize our cluttered attic. Behind some old boxes, I discovered a loose floorboard. Underneath was a leather-bound journal, its pages filled with intimate details of my life. The 15th of April. You wore the blue dress today. The one with small white flowers. Had coffee at Carlton's again, 2 sugars, no cream like always. Left her office at 5:32 p.m. There were hundreds of entries, documenting my routines, conversations, what I ate, even when I slept. The most recent entry was from just 3 days earlier. My hands trembled as I read the last page. Jake doesn't deserve her. He never appreciated me, and he won't appreciate her either. Soon she'll understand we're meant to be together. I called Jake immediately, demanding to know the truth about Meredith. After a long silence, he admitted she wasn't dead. She had been institutionalized after becoming obsessed with his college girlfriend. The accident story was easier than explaining his sister's psychiatric issues to new people in his life. She was released years ago, he said, his voice breaking. But the doctors said she was completely rehabilitated. She lives across the country now. It can't be her. I locked every door and window while waiting for Jake to return, jumping at every sound. The police took the journal but said they couldn't do much without direct threats or contact. They suggested a restraining order, but against whom? A ghost. The next morning, fresh flowers arrived on our doorstep. The card read, "I've been watching over you for years. It's time we finally meet. Sisters should be close, don't you think?" I grabbed my emergency bag and left immediately for a hotel. While checking in, I received a text from Jake's phone. "Where are you going?" We were supposed to be a family. I blocked the number and called the police again. That evening, the hotel room phone rang. When I answered, a woman's voice said, "The blue suitcase under your bed at home has a false bottom. Look inside before you judge me." I stayed with a friend and asked the police to retrieve the suitcase. Inside the hidden compartment, they found hundreds of photos of me sleeping in my own bed, dating back years, with Jake clearly visible taking each picture. The flowers that arrived the next day came with a different message. "Now you know who the real monster is. I've been trying to warn you all along. Sisters protect each other." I never returned home. Sometimes being stalked by one person is less terrifying than discovering you've been living with another.